boys and girls. So this week's theme is Mr. Rogers. My Mr. Rogers shirt on, Mr. Rogers socks, says you are special, and got my Keds on too, and tie them up and everything. I'm a big Mr. Rogers fan. All right, Monday's workout is a 20-minute AMRAP of, originally we did in April 15th of 2019. It was 20 minutes, 5 dips, 10 pull-ups, 20 alternating step-ups, which began with a 200-meter run. Keeping everything the same, except most people are going to be at home, so they're going to be using a bench. So we are going to use a bench today, and we're going to make it 10 bench dips. So run 200, 10 bench dips, 10 pull-ups, and then 20 alternating step-ups. Step-ups are without weight. If you want to RX plus this, you can throw a vest on. This is still considered part of our Murph prep because we're about 6 weeks away from Murph. So again, just getting the same movements and trying to really get the volume up for that workout. Because it's a 20-minute AMRAP, the warm-up is going to be our normal line drills, and then we'll do 3 rounds to get the heart rate up and to get the movement prep going, and then we'll probably just get into it, okay? If you're at home and you don't have a pull-up bar, we can do the normal scaling options, which are, or changes, substitutions. Ring rows with a table, so I could be underneath the table pulling myself up, or bent over rows with dumbbells, barbells, or a case of water or something. The dips, anything you can find. Again, I used a patio bench when I did this outside my house. But you can also use a chair, a bed. You have something that you can do dips on. And then the run could be scaled to anything that takes close to a minute. You don't want anything faster than 45 seconds. You don't want anything slower than about a minute 15 to a minute and a half. So if you're doing something besides 200 meters, row 250, ski 250, bike erg 250, assault bike 1510 calories roughly, and then probably about 50 double unders for most people, 50 jumping jacks, 35 jumping jacks would probably be just fine. So those are the scaling options, all right, or substitutions I should say. So let's just get right into it. To warm up our line drills, since we're going to be doing this at home, we're going to do stationary line drills, which would be 10 of each. We're going to do 10 alternating. So starting off, we're doing 10 alternating lunges. Touch your knee to the ground, get a good stretch through the hip flexor. All right. Then we'll do 10 side lunges. This is different than the Cossack squat because we're just stepping out, keeping both toes pointed straight ahead. 10 total. 1, 2, 3. Feel the stretch through the groin and the hip. Then we're going to do toy soldier. Toy soldier with the knee locked. I'm going to kick my hand. Walking quad, be stationary quad, just a quick squeeze. So flex your quad and pull your heel to your butt. My screen doesn't freeze. After 10 walking quad, let's do 10 knee hug. Again, when you do the knee hug, make sure you go up on the toes. Really stretches out that hip flexor. After the knee hug, leg cradle. Again, going up on the toe. I'm going to pull my foot as high up as I can. It's the outside of the hip. Spider-Man push-ups. So we're going to do 10 alternating. Again, as I do this, I'm going to just turn. Make sure you guys can see me. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to bring my knee out. Push up. My knee out. Push up. Spider-Man push-ups. Inchworm. Again, stationary inchworms. We're going to touch the toes, walk ourselves out, and walk ourselves back in. We'll just do 5 inchworms. The toe in. Again, trying to get maximum range of motion in the hip. So turn those toes in. This one you'll probably have to move. Walking forward and walking backward. Maybe a 10-foot spot. Go back and forth once or 2 times maybe. Toe out. Again, trying to turn. Should be toe heel. Toe heel. Not heel toe, not midfoot. Toe heel. We're doing a 20-second calf stretch on each leg. I'm going to use my rig. You could use a wall. You could do the on the ground calf stretch where you push back with both feet. 20-second wrist stretch. I'll use this. And 20-second box stretch. Maybe you don't have a box, maybe you don't have anything, you could hold on to this. This also could be this would be a good substitution for passive hang. You just grab onto something and push back. It's a lat stretch, more so than box stretch. Another box stretch option, use the bench that you plan on using. Okay. After you finish with the stretching, we'll do 3 rounds of warm-up, 10 jumping jacks, 5 strict dips, and then 10 alternating step-ups. If you have also 3 strict pull-ups, if you have a pull-up bar, if you're doing ring rows, do 5. The strict motion, just try to get full range of motion when you're doing it. Same thing with the dips. So 10 jumping jacks. I'm going to start hands together, feet together. And the idea of the jumping jacks is to get the heart rate pumping and get you ready for the 200-meter run. So I'm going to go hands up as feet go apart. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The dips, again, we're trying to get full range of motion. While I do the dips, I'm going to keep my butt close and get my feet as far away as I can while keeping the butt close. So what that looks like is this versus this. This is not better, this is worse. So butt is close, knees are locked out. That's as far as I can go. And then as far as the range of motion, best thing would be if you can get to parallel without touching your butt to the ground. You don't want to rest on the ground. Then squeeze at the top and try to make your neck long. A lot of times you see people doing this and they just kind of keep that, see how my shoulders are in my ears? Try to make yourself long at the top. Down, up. See how I extended? Okay? And then we're going to do 10 alternating step-ups. I'm going to use the same bench. So 1, especially if you're using a bench, but always true, get your heel up there. Heel is on there. 2, step down, tap. In case you're wondering about the best pattern to do this, if I go up with the right, then up with the left, I come down with the right, tap with the left, and back up. Okay? So again, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right. Okay? Then the strict pull-ups. Try to get your knuckles over the bar so they're pointing at the sky. Your calluses are on the other side of the bar, and then pull elbows together. Just knock out like 3, okay? After you do 3 rounds of that, we'll do the workout prep. The workout prep is going to be a slower version. So 200-meter run, or whatever cardio piece you're choosing. Do that, get a good idea of how long it's going to take you if you were totally fatigued, so kind of a nice easy jog. And then do 5 bench dips, 5 pull-ups, and 10 step-ups. These dips and pull-ups can be a little bit faster, and the pull-ups can obviously be kipping. And if you plan on putting on a vest for the workout, do that now. So I'm going to throw my vest on, and I'm going to go for the 200-meter run. I'm going to do 5 bench dips. Since I'm doing them faster, it's going to be, notice that I'm still getting that extension. And then the pull-ups, I might kip. And the alternating step-ups, that's going to be about the same pace. Because I'm going to catch my breath on this because I'm about to attack the run. Okay? As for the cool down, watch the mobility video. It's going to be mainly stretching out our chest because those dips got me going, and the anterior shoulder. And then the pull-ups, I'm going to stretch out my lats, and we'll do a little bit of hip flexor stretch. Again, if you need to look up your scores, just contact me or come to a Zoom class, and I'll tell you what your score was. All right? Thanks, guys. Oh, sorry. Wait, don't go anywhere. The accessories. Accessories for today is bodybuilding type stuff, bro stuff. So dumbbell bicep curls, we're going to use 2 dumbbells, going to hold them in the neutral position, and then turn up as we go up. Don't go too far, so don't make your elbows leave. Like, it doesn't matter if your dumbbells touch your shoulders. We're just trying to get the maximum contraction without moving the elbow. Turning the elbow gets total flexion, or total contraction of all of the bicep, and it gets that little peak that everybody likes, you know, this gap right there. That's what the turn does for you. The tricep kickbacks. I'm gonna do one RDL with both dumbbells. So I'm gonna slide down. Now I'm parallel to the ground. I'm gonna tuck my chin. I'm gonna pull my elbows till they're even with my body. So I'm parallel, my upper arm is parallel to the ground. And then I'm gonna kick back and squeeze. So I'm doing both arms at the same time, if you can't tell. I'm gonna try not to get my lats or my traps involved, meaning as you do this, don't do this. And don't, a lot of times you see people speed up the maximum contraction position. So what I mean there is, a lot of times what you'll see people go. That's where you pause. Go back, pause. That's how I would do this, and I did do it actually. The next thing is lateral raises. Again, right here. If you want to see the side angle, I got my upper arm even with my body. I'm not worried about the height of my hands, which are the dumbbells, because that doesn't matter. Lat raises, if I go too high, if I go to maximum range of motion, what happens? Again, the traps get involved. The same thing I talked about with the rear delt fly. When I do the rear delt fly, if I turn, again, my elbow is even with my shoulder, and I'm not engaging my traps. I'm only going to here. See where the dumbbells are? They're in my hand. Look at how low that is. If I do this, that's a lot of traps. You can do that. It's gonna get you, the middle of the back really fired up, but it's more than likely to get your traps involved unless you're a more advanced lifter. The Powell raise. Powell raise, I like to do on an incline bench, but since we only have a flat bench, we're gonna use this. We do it one at a time, one arm at a time. Hi, buddy. Yeah. No. Go lay down. Stop. No. Go lay down. Good boy. So I'm gonna take a 5-pound dumbbell, or maybe 10 at the most, and that's what I would use personally. Okay. So if you don't have anything less than 15, don't even do this. Grab a band or a can of peas. Honestly, a can of peas would be plenty. So this is how I'm gonna do it if I'm laying on a flat bench. Notice the wrist doesn't break. That also is true of the lateral raises and the rear delts. I'm not doing this. I'm gonna go here and open up my chest, meaning I'm not doing this. See how there's still some wrinkles? Open up the chest. And again, I'm getting the same position I did with the rear delt fly. I'm only opening up as high as is necessary. And if you're dropping your arm to your butt, that's not the right position. Okay. And again, if you have an incline bench, I like it on an incline. It's a little different angle. It feels good. Okay. That is the accessory work today. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. But hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow on Zoom.